Well, hello, Trabe. Can you hear me,
Hey,
sir?
yeah, Little Wolf is here. He just bounced to ask his team a question real quick.
Got it. I am muting you for a moment, and I'm broadcasting my interview screen while we wait. Hello. Can I get the bands? Okay. Got it. Got it. I have it set now. Mic check, because we're real professional here on the stream.
Yo, yo.
Perfect. I could hear you just fine. Say that one more time for me so I can see the default out.
Yo, yo.
All right, I'm going to bring you up just a little bit. Hopefully you and I are matching pretty well here. So, hello everybody out there in Nexus Gaming Series land. My name is Valcomer. I am here with the illustrious Osprey, also of Can't Counterpick Stupid, and we have for you here a Division B West game coming from, oh, and my logos are goofed now. Dirty rotten scoundrel game. Check, 'cause we're real professional here on the stream. All right.
Yo, yo.
Perfect. Nope, it looks like the tool is telling me that everyone's going to have an NGS logo.
Yo.
All right, one, it did wreck the audio. Two, it, yeah, I don't know why that's not liking me. We are ready. Just a noob caster here. So our teams are just about ready for us here. And Os, did you make sure to provide yourself with some hydration this evening?
I sure did.
It's an important piece. Important piece. We're up to 3 people in chat. BMed being the first person to come in and cheer, saying, "Go angry nerds." So we are waiting for the ready from Spooky Ghosts here on the left. And while we're doing that, I'm going to pull them up here on the NGS website because we can, you know? Yeah, it was the first time I was actually going to use the map stuff and it broke it. So all right. Oh, it took me to C West. Let me get back into B West. So, Arrogant Nephalem is currently the 3rd seed team. Caffeinated Knights has played fewer games, but has an exact score record as Arrogant Nephalem. So, Arrogant Nephalem is looking to use this game to catch up to Soak Every Lane. Spooky Ghosts, on the other hand, is currently the 10th seed, but they have the fewest games played in the series, or in the division, excuse me. And so they absolutely are still within striking distance of the playoffs, with the number of games they have left being half of their season. Actually, they could get to even some of the very highest spots in this division. I haven't done the math on it. I couldn't tell you everything, but they are not out of this by any stretch. They just don't have as many games played. Rolling in 5, they said. All right, here we go to Towers of Doom. This was the choice of Spooky Ghost, so we've got Arrogant Nephalem coming in with first pick, waiting for everything to load here, and then we will get to this draft. Ector just rated with a party of 20. Hello, everyone. Ector with the shout out to Valk's mom. We're talking about all these sneaky strats like TLV. Rock coming in here. Glad to cast. Again, noob caster. Ooh, draft. If I click this draft button, will it work? And we can still be heard, and it's just showing the wrong logos because I don't know what I did with the setup tool. I'm not going to ban the Wooloos because they both started with shout out to Valk's mom, but I can appreciate that, Lulu. Seeing an Anna ban right out of the gate from Arrogant Nephalem, Spooky Ghost is about to respond, and it's a Maiev ban. So, Os, what would you say is kind of the meta you're seeing on this map? Gray main ban coming from Arrogant Nephalem.
Usually, teams play a solo laner that can double soak, and then the 4-man shoves bot to gain control of bot throughout. And I don't expect these teams to play it differently.
Yeah, both some very strong teams. Spooky Ghost has been in Division B for multiple seasons. Mephisto. They have scouted our good friend Trabe. Oh yeah, sorry Migs. The Angry Nerds is Arrogant Nephalem. So Johanna as the first pick coming through for Sigatai. We are going to try to center this a little bit better around the draft circle. Not perfect, but a smidgen. Calling out the bands. Gul'dan, Malfurion. Now, I really like that combo right now. The sustain that Malfurion can give to Gul'dan, both in his healing and with Innervate, allows Gul'dan to just continue pumping out his damage. As a sustain mage, I think the guy is extremely powerful. What are we going to see out of Arrogant Nephalem here? Kael'thas, Trabe's old tried and true main, and a Stukov from Null Pointer. So we've already got heals, we've already got tank, we've already got our PvE damage, if you will, probably in that 4-man. But I know Trabe likes to torture people, whether it be fire or lightning.
Is he also the Maiev player?
I don't know that he is. I think that probably rests more on Dak. So Mephisto, Malthael is our final ban from Spooky Ghost, denying that to Kime. Ooh, Migs throwing out a challenge that Arrogant Nephalem will be the first team to 10 and offering up $20. They are so confident. Raynor coming in as our final ban in this game 1, taking away another sustained damage and a strong sieger from Spooky Ghosts. I feel like my entire thing is just slightly off center. BMed says they will not take that bet. ETC and Leoric. So, who do we think that Kime is going to double soak with? Do we think it's going to be someone rather standard? Maybe 3 letters in his name, summon some stuff?
Zagara has 6 letters in her name, but she could work.
She also does have the summoning. Ah, 3 letters beats 6 this time. And Vala coming out from Dak here. As someone who has played a lot of ETC lately, I got the crap kicked out of me by a Vala earlier today. And so if a Vala's on point and can take away some of the threat that a power slide brings with maybe a Joe in front of her or what have you, she just pumps out so much damage. Final pick coming in with Sylvanas. Right now I would say I like the siege ability of Spooky Ghosts a little bit more. I think I prefer the double soak that Arrogant Nephalem has, but I think we've got 10 absolutely power pick type of heroes. There's not something that throws me for a loop here in this draft.
Yeah, I agree.
Switching to our in-game. I don't know
Pretty
those
good.
fancy transitions. We'll get there future casts. Sorry about that, Os. I was commenting on my stream and not listening to you. I apologize.
Was saying these comps look pretty good, and I do agree. Spooky Ghosts have a lot more PvE potential. So if it's a matter of dancing around each other, they're going to do more structure damage, even without any kills on either side.
I'm interested. Double mage from Spooky, Mig says. I kind of feel like Sylvanas fills that role somewhere between being able to be a combo mage and also being able to be a sustain auto attacker type.
Golden's is close to an auto attacker
As a
for a
mage can
mage if
get.
you can get.
Stream, tell us, who are you thinking is going to win here? Type out, we'll say SG or hashtag SG for Spooky Ghosts and hashtag AN for Arrogant Nephalem. I'll try to count them up, and you basically have till the countdown starts the map, and then we're going to count it. And I am going to come here. Oh, I know why they couldn't hear anything, and that's because I was trying to fix the template. Bad newcaster. Now let me get back into the game. The template should be set. Apparently when I'm in template, I don't have any audio sources, so I'm trying to figure out my scenes. But thank you for catching that on the chat and letting me know. There we go.
Yeah,
Now,
it's worth lagging the game down to have multiple things open.
you could open one on your phone. Camps on both sides.
True.
Sigatai trying to harass. I now have chat up on my phone so that I can see there. The camp captured a little bit faster by Arrogant Nephalem, but still safely on the part of Spooky Ghost. Getting down here. Now Soak, we already see an advantage, and that's almost 700, though we see Leoric's picking it up, but Zool is outpacing Leoric on this Soak. So much so that Sylvanas came up to deal with the mid, and during that we saw the camp cleared by Angry Nerds to allow their camp to still crash on the wall of Spooky Ghosts. Slide out on Joe. She does have that unstoppable to get away. Lots of damage going into both tanks. ETC's a little bit lower at the moment. Oh, Sigatai just dancing with death there, but he does have that sustain coming through with Stukov. A little bit of the action here. The solo laners not really fighting each other, just clearing waves and having an almost gentleman's agreement there. We do see Zool cleaning up with the, not cleaning up, but slowing down Leoric occasionally with his point-and-click route. They spotted Sigatai in that bush bottom for sure. Trying to provide that vision for his team. Fell Flame on Gul'dan is almost finished. There it goes. So 3 minutes. Trading up top. Sigatai a little low. Slide out on Dak. The root. Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Dak is so low as Eric with a K comes in. They peeled for him. Zool comes in with one more interrupt. Oh, and that Sylvanas dying to the living bomb. I didn't see exactly how it got passed on to her, but Trabe is deadly with KT. I have checked in with members of Arrogant Nephalem, and an anonymous source has told me that Trabe has been a bully as long as they've known him. So whether it is electrocuting people as Mephisto, lighting them on fire as KT, or a host of other slightly mean-spirited things, he just likes to have his way. So
that's a nice invade. Leoric is coming in to make it a 5v4.
Well, apparently I am missing part of the bottom of the screen. So low mana bars on the side of Arrogant Nephalem here. Joe gets out of the roots, but not before she takes the healing reduction, but that fades all too quickly. So this time Spooky Ghost with the faster clear, but the experience is starting to creep in the favor more and more for Arrogant Nephalem. Sigatai is abusing his Johanna privilege out here, being all sorts of forward, making sure that if they're going to get any damage out on Arrogant Nephalem, it is just going into his shield. A little bit of siege damage coming through, tagging that tower, but remember the enemy tower over here has already been taken. So right now we see the experience lead. Oh, I gotta work on not scrolling so fast either. The experience lead for Arrogant Nephalem is building with this Zool pick. Oh, Dak moved out of that Fell Flame just in time. Zool is here. Leo is looking at the mid altar, starting to channel. Zool's going to delay him to kill it in on the bottom altar. Looks like that is going to be a free channel. Oh, Arrogant Nephalem picking up both channels after having the favorable trade in the first set of 3 as well. So they are now up 12 core health already. Blessed Shield comes out on the Gul'dan. It doesn't look like we quite had the follow-up to cinch that kill, but mighty close there. Oh, you know what I'm missing? Boom! Now we can see more of the screen instead of looking so zoomed in. As we've got a little bit of a lull in the action, let's look at some talents. We have coming up on the 10s already for Arrogant Nephalem, Skeletal Mages, Rain of Vengeance. We saw the Blessed Shield. We got the massive shove out of Stukov and the Pyroblast for that just oh so nice finishing touch coming out of KT. We see the Mosh, we see the Silence, we see the Horrify, or I should say the Wailing Arrow, the Tranquility, and finally the Entomb. Spooky Ghost seeing if they want to invade this. The camp has been picked up. A little bit of anti-synergy, but even so, Joe just walks away when she pushes her shield. Leoric had started to move in as if he was going to help with the engage. Mig says someone owes him $20. I don't know that anybody took that bet, Mig. So, and Kime is just running away with this double soak game. He is already 2,700 experience ahead of Leoric, excuse me. Looking at the damage charts here, Gul'dan is topping everything except siege damage, which goes to Zool, but he is leading his team. Leoric's not terribly far behind. This bottom altar is spawning. We do have all ults up on both teams. I'm going to get rid of this for a second so we can see as much of the action. We see the Mosh, the Blessed Shield goes out, Horrify comes down, Trabe goes down. We've got the Spooky Ghost form coming from Eric with a K. Tranquility's out, the Silence with the Wailing Arrow inside of the Entomb means Kime goes down as well. So we have a 2-for-0 trade. This altar is going to Gul'dan, who had to throw out one more Echoing Corruption, or not Echoing Corruption, Corruption, just for good measure. They are now pushing in on this wall. The Sylvanas Black Arrow's coming out, shutting down that tower. We've got the Siege from the Fell Flame just pumping into it. The wave can't help. The 2 heroes that are here can't stop it. Dakilidin ran top to keep the soak going so that the level lead didn't expire. We see Zool is now back in business. He is headed for mid. Spooky Ghost is already back to their camp and leveraging that time that they had the numbers advantage, taking out the bottom cannon tower, most of the keep wall gate, excuse me, and half of the top cannon tower. The slide in on Joe, she uses her Unstoppable. The Stukov Silence comes out, the Blessed Shield hits, and it looks like we didn't actually need the Pyroblast, and Trabe even got it canceled in time. So the gate went down, but so did ETC. Quest completion on the Mana Addict. KT now has access to that shield, which will of course keep getting bigger as he continues to pick up more globes. Kime back in action has re-solidified the lead for the experience with the double soak. Leoric is trying his darndest to keep up with it. The one thing that I am slightly surprised on, just given the map, is Scythe build out of Zool rather than Cursed Strikes.
Why is that?
The Cursed Strikes just helps with the double soak a little bit, having the cooldown reduction, and then the weaken at 16 is very powerful as well. The Wailing Arrow comes out, the Entomb comes out, Sylvanas dies, Joe looking low. Oh, we see the massive shove was missed, but we've got Kime is now in there. We've got the Skeletal Mages. ETC goes down, Gul'dan goes down, Malfurion goes down. Leoric is now the lone man in this devilish space. He almost had a Pyroblast going out on him, but it was canceled by distance. Arrogant Nephalem deciding we can take something on this map before we cap this. Null Pointer is kind of going back and forth. I imagine comms are a little frenetic there as well, but it looks like this altar is going to be a 5-shot altar because this fort is extremely close.
They took it before they took the fort.
Yeah, I think once everybody was back up, they were starting to get a little worried about the Sylvanas. In that scenario, I think that you keep an eye on Leoric with Zool and just match him and have Stukov come in and smack the keep with his Zerg arm a few times for extra damage just to get it that much faster. So, Arrogant... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, this is how Arrogant Nephilim is going to take structures by killing the other side first, because Spooky Ghost's superior PvE doesn't let them siege anything because their wave is dead in a matter of seconds.
Trabe, when you go back and watch this, and I hope you do, Mig seems to think that your Pyroblast cancellations have not all been intentional. Blessed Shield comes out, we saw the Rain of Vengeance, Gul'dan going down, big old Silence trying to make sure nothing too... Ooh! Malfurion goes down, but at the same time, Vala explodes. So 2-for-1 trade. We do have some sappers walking in here. Looks like we got all 3 shots there. bringing the lead up to 15, and a triple altar phase coming up. Arrogant Nephalem is holding on to this bottom lane. They don't want to give an inch of this ground that they have claimed for themselves. Trabe going back to cap the bottom. We see Kime on right and Eric with K on the left, so fairly calm, but that means that Spooky Ghost is now down to 7 shots. Trying to knock back the Joe, but between shield at 1 and shield at 16, she is getting out of there in a hurry. Again, massive experience lead, currently 8,000 experience ahead for Arrogant Nephalem. Ooh, we missed the Entomb. We're under the tower. Eric with a K is getting pelted. We see the Pyroblast coming in, looking at the Malfurion. Ooh, the Killidan got way far forward, hoping to kill that Malfurion, and got toasted by the members of Spooky Ghosts. We did see Leoric die under the keep shots with the members of Arrogant Nephalem focusing on him. So it was not that the Killidan's life was spent in vain, but it was a little bit aggressive there for such a squishy character like Bala. So this fort is looking like it may go down. We do have a little bit of pressure that we have seen here on the mid fort from Zool. The top fort still pretty healthy on the side of Spooky Ghosts. Double altar coming in for this next objective. Spooky Ghost has to get one, but if they... Ooh, the flank here from Leoric, the Entomb on Trabe, he hits that Mana Addict shield. The silence comes down from Null Pointer. Great positioning on the far side of that fort. Trabe still goes down. Wailing Arrow comes out. The fort goes down. The Killidan channeling on the left. ETC with Rogoth charging in there. Oh, that's game.
It's game.
They were able to channel both. Trabe's final sacrifice there, just making sure that this was a dominant game for Arrogant Nephalem.
Pretty quick game for Towers of Doom. Very well played by Arrogant Nephalem.
All right. I was told that my template might be just a smidge cut off. So we're going to try to fix that ever so slightly. Mig saying nice game. We're going to hang out here. Everyone can see how far I have fallen this season. Even though my win-loss ratio not so bad, I have gone down 3 ranks in Platinum. It's kind of hurt, but... Alright, we are waiting to see what will be map 2 in our best of 3 series. The choice is for Spooky Ghosts to decide whether they want map pick or first pick. Okay. In fact, I wasn't going to show them your win rate. It's one thing if it's self-deprecating, it's another thing if it's picking on somebody else. So with that map win, Arrogant Nephalem is now ahead of Caffeinated Knights on the points for Division B West. Again, Caffeinated Knights do have more matches to play, so there's still a lot of flux there in the division, but alright, I'm going to close my stream there since I have it on my phone. Oh, you know what? Migs is right. I should have left up the summary screen to be able to show off the damage that was pumped out. Oh, and I cut out the audio for a second as I was looking at that. Someday I will learn the magical ways of having the logos show up proper. But for the sake of not making everybody go through that process with me, I will not be doing that on the stream. Alright, still awaiting, but I felt that that was a very dominant performance by Arrogant Nephalem in that they, I mean, really the core shots they took were when there was 2 or 3 altars up and they traded.
Yeah. They controlled the map very well, so they were able to do the altars what they wanted. Did you already mention which maps were banned?
Nope, but I can say it again since my screen is not working properly, but Spooky Ghosts did ban out Sky Temple and Dragonshire. Arrogant Nephalem banned out Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And it looks like we are going to Infernal Shrines. And Arrogant Nephalem picked the map. Nice, it looks like I get to play. You too.
In that case, let's change our portrait.
I think they just kicked me out already. And I don't know where that portrait is.
We got found out.
Indecisive, asking if the Arrogant Nephalem and Spooky Ghost match is being streamed. That's right, it is, by who might be the least technologically advanced streamer in NGS. That's right, amateurly.
Well, nobody's paying you.
That's true. Boom, broadcast. Oh, I can probably find that one. Where is it?
Just type in Li Ming.
Well, I did that, and I got Lily. The broadcast failed. Oh.
On your broadcast.
Yeah.
That's okay. Your portrait is more important.
Nope, still failed.
Just
Man.
maybe take out all the hack the planet Sam colon / www.
How about that? Boom. Going to round 2. Failed less.
That works.
We just got our second raid of the evening, this time from Maestro. The first one was with Ector, so... I can't find the Li Ming, man. I don't know where it is.
Oh man.
Ah! I found it.
Very nice.
Casters ready. Tlem's just reported me, or maybe you did. I think the spooky ghosts are ready because we just got 5 ghosts in chat and then something that is added onto the ghost. At this time, we're going to bring up another random tidbit. Calido is a game design student. If any NorCal Comcast buildings ever burn to the ground, he may be the suspect. All right. We got audio this time.
Is that how you say their name?
I don't know. I made it up.
Mm. I called them
Calidou.
Colidus, but it's probably Colitis.
Colitis. Well, Maiev banned straight out of the gate. We don't want any of that.
Yeah, she's an arrogant Nephalem for sure.
Anna coming back, so we've seen very similar bans not that long ago as it would happen.
This is what separates our division from theirs. They do their homework.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Mig's asking tough questions here. Yep, 30. Hopefully that doesn't get me banned by NGS. Ooh, little bit of change in the bans. We do not want to see Stukov in this game. And Johanna banned out. So if Arrogant Nephilim can't have her, no one can have her, is the message that is being sent. Who do we go with for a first pick? Tanks seem to be pretty high priority in the current meta. Mephisto. Ooh. So the denial rather than the ban. Boundrix. I hope I said that right. I feel bad because of my familiarity with the names of Arrogant Nephilim. I feel like I've called them by name far more than Spooky Ghosts. So Boundrix, Rogoth, Little Wolf, Colitis, Calido, Eric with a K. Greymane ETC for the first picks, so one of the 2 power tanks of the stale tank meta that is going out on Reddit at the moment. So Rhaegar and Raynor. Do we have the beginnings of some shenanigans with Bloodlust and Durance locking people in place for loads of damage?
It seems so.
The somewhat recent buffs to Bloodlust bringing it very much back in favor. A Yrel ban coming from Arrogant Nephilim towards Spooky Ghosts, a very strong solo laner. I'm surprised in that I would have expected to see another tank ban, but Yrel is absolutely a power pick.
Which is strange because they didn't ban her in a map that Irel could have been picked.
Oh no, no favorite for Trabe. So I imagine we still see a mage out of Trabe. Do we think it's a Gul'dan? Do we think it's a Jaina, Chromie? I don't know that we see Ming on this map.
So it begins. It is time.
Oh, saving the last pick.
My blades are yours.
Eric with a K, who was apparently the target of the Urel ban, coming in with a Sonya. I think Sonya is fantastic on this map. So with the shrine clear that she provides and just the damage, and Diablo.
Those are fantastic skins for both Sonya and Diablo. I approve.
I was watching chat, so I apologize.
Was Primeval Diablo and
Luchador.
Luchador Sonya.
La Pantera. Falstad. So, if it was strictly down to a double soaking war again, I think that Zool would take it. I do think that the damage and the siege in a team fight that Sonya can punch through is going to be pretty impressive. And I think you've got some pretty good bloodlust options there on the part of Spooky Ghost. So that's where I'm thinking we come in. But you also have fantastic disengage with both ETC and Deckard, and even Falstad if he goes to Gust. So now that we see the entirety of the draft, oh, we're going to get out of draft and into in-game. Move that big NGS logo over to the side. All right. So I will introduce Spooky Ghost this time. We've got Eric with a K on the Sonya, Rogoth on the Diablo in that beautiful black primeval skin. Little Wolf, I don't know what you're doing to Diablo there. Maybe he's just in your space and you don't like it, but Little Wolf on the Rhaegar, Boundrix with the Mephisto, and Kalido, or Kalidas, on the Raynor. And Os, go ahead and introduce Arrogant Nephalem as they all charge towards the mid here.
So Arrogant Nephalem has Falstad on, or Trabe on Falstad, I'm sorry, the Kaladin on Greymane, Null Pointer on Deckard, Sigatai on ETC, and Kime on Zool. He's hanging out in the bush while Sonya heads top.
So we see Feast on Fear, Furious Spark, Electric Charge, Exterminator, which I'm a little surprised with on this map, and then Tough as Nails. Arrogant Nephalem getting the drop on the rotation again on this map, so is Miggs going to be out there trying to get people to bet him about the race to 20 again. Good body blocking on Sigatai's part. Rogoth just pushing him away with the demonic charge. Zool double soaking a little bit between the two lanes, and we have Arrogant Nephalem captured another wave bot because Kime already had the mid soak. So we have Arrogant Nephalem on two different camps right now, and Sonya trying to pick up the double soak. Oh, Deckard just using that Herodric staff to great work. Dak getting the entire right camp on their own. Oh, the invade on bottom. Oh,
With Sonya coming down as well.
Rogoth with the flip onto Sigatai to move him off of the pad and finish claiming. Spooky Ghost saying, thanks for doing the heavy lifting. We appreciate it. Peace out. So experience, again, Zool doing his part to double soak when necessary and keep Arrogant Nephalem as much as an even break on experience as we can, even with giving that Merc camp over with the invade. So we see 5 people here on the mid for a moment. Kime on his way back. Oh no, not yet. We see Dak breaking off for the camp. Mephisto hanging out, defending that gate. Kalidas and Little Wolf taking the left shaman camp as Dak is taking the right. Level 4s, we missed at level 4. Again, new casters. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I just don't see as many people take it on this one, Mick. And there would have been a lot of ace in the hole value with the slows from Rhaegar. That's all I'm saying. So, nearly a 20 skeletal objective advantage for Spooky Ghosts. Arrogant Nephalem, excuse me, taking the time to clear the camp, and now they are in there, but 25-2 on the skeletal defenders. A team fights a Bruin. All 5 members of both teams are here. Sonya spinning to win and collect skeletal defenders, making it so this looks like it is for Spooky Ghosts. Arrogant Nephalem decides to get out of the pit there and let them have it. It is an arcane Punisher, and experience again quite close between the teams. Zool coming down here to double soak, and he does not know that there are 5 members of Spooky Ghosts coming to pay him a visit. Zool goes down, the first objective being rather weak, and so they just decide to let John Cena die on his own there, and instead kill Kime on his own. Oh, Little Wolf with 30-something experience as he got out of there. Spooky Ghost taking one more tower and wall on the mid lane, and Sonya in the bottom sieging away, trying to make it so that as many experience globes disappear on the ground before Arrogant Nephalem gets there. Spooky Ghost is ahead on the camps yet again. So they have done a great job so far controlling this one a little bit more. Little Wolf dives in, but getting pushed back just enough that the camp still goes red there on the middle middle spear thrower camp. Kime clearing. We do have 4 bot for both teams. Hammering going out, slowing down that Diablo a little bit. Mephisto picked up on the edge of that ETC slide because we know where you're coming back. The Ruby coming out, huge Ruby fan myself. And 2 of the 4 gem talents possible have been taken. Emerald was laid by the wayside in favor of Kanai's Q. And right now we do see a very slight experience advantage. Let's see if that is just my eyes deceiving me. Yep, very slight experience advantage for Spooky Ghost. Sigatai coming in for another slide. Diablo coming in, but booped back by the face melt. And the experience is so close between these teams. It is currently 28. Oh, now it looks like it has jumped over to Arrogant Nephalem, and I think Zool's double soaking is going to get this so that we oh, if anybody took Mig's bet this game, they would have won their money back, because while seconds before, it still counts. What level 10s do we have coming out, Os?
So we have Apocalypse, Endurance of Hate, Ancestral Healing, Hyperion, and Wrath of the Berserker for blue. And
So
Falstad went.
my desires of bloodlust have been shot, is what you're saying.
Correct. Falstad was prepping for that anyway. He picked Mighty Gust, Cursed Blood, which was with you, Stay a While and Listen, Mock Pit, and Poison Oak.
Diablo going for his combo, but not quite getting it. Oh, no one wants to listen to Deckard's stories. Sorry, No Pointer. They all dodged that. Fight coming
Doesn't
in.
have a terrible cooldown though. 70
No.
seconds.
So we do see all 5 members of both teams here. We saw the Curse Bullet go out on Diablo. He's backing out. The Hyperion comes in. More spin to wins with the Sonya. A little bit of a Shrine Monkey lead. Ooh, Durance of Hate landing on the Greymane. He's taking so much damage. It procs out onto Deckard. We see the Ancestral land on the Diablo. We've got Kime in there trying to push people away. Curse strikes going all over the place. Wow. R's pressed all over except Gust. Oh, there's the Gust. All I had to do was say that. And we are still holding on to Mosh. We do get the Mortar Punisher. Oh, cleanse out of that Zool bone prison. And this wall's been softened up a little, but I've got to think that this could be keep, or not keep, excuse me, fort. And it looks like the members of Spooky Ghosts are fine to wait this out, but Diablo backing to get healthy. We see 3 of our ults ready for both teams. That fort goes down, so first fort of the game under 840. Kime going back to his double soaking ways. That man just double soaking fiend, it seems.
Yeah, great job by Arrogant Nephalem. That despite losing Greymane and blue team losing nobody, they still claimed the Punisher.
And I really like this siege here. Your enemies are dealing with the Punisher. You're taking another fort wall. You're 13. You're leveraging your way to some of your big power spikes. Arrogant Nephalem deciding to now back up to the camp. So they took the aggressive camp. They sieged with it here on the mid. Came back to their camp safely. They're still up 13s, but only for a moment more. Spooky Ghost has backed up completely. Arrogant Nephalem getting another camp, and Kime just running top to mid, top to mid, top to mid, doing those Zool things. Skeletons for everybody. Hiding in a bush. Kime just negating this camp. Oh, but he is looking at the 5-man surround yet again. I don't know how you get away, Kime, but as a he sustained so well with his level 7 talent there. So, but during that, Arrogant Nephalem says, you want to take our solo laner, we'll take your mid fort. Spooky Ghost positioning for the invade on this camp. Sigatai with the face melt. Double disengage, but the APOC following the Durance of Hate means 2 members of Arrogant Nephalem go down to that combo. That was quite unfortunate, as you saw the Greymane get slammed against the wall, and Spooky Ghost just said it's game on, and they threw everything but Ancestral at it. The damage there was extreme.
Yeah, Spooky Ghost just needs to keep up the good work that they're doing. Despite getting all the kills so far in this game, they've been losing structures, but if they keep it up, things are bound to turn in their favor.
Okay, clean up on IO1 here for Arrogant Nephalem, but the pressure that they've got in the other 2 lanes means that right now Spooky Ghost is just sitting back. They're able to soak 16 extremely safe because of how the waves were pushed up. Ooh, and Diablo goes down early. While he is coming back, that means he loses a ton of health.
Yeah, and by having that happen, Spooky Ghosts couldn't set up first, and Sonya loses the advantage.
The defender lead here in this frozen Punisher, mind you, in the 1 lane that Spooky Ghost had an advantage, is going to be very powerful for Arrogant Nephalem. So Spooky Ghost getting value on the bottom lane because they see we're not getting up there, we're not changing our fate on the top lane. If we can get as much done as Arrogant Nephalem gets with that Frozen Punisher, we'll take that trade. So I think you keep going. I think you know that your top fort is down, and you try to set the wave to take out the bottom seat or keep wall, but it is frozen. But you got here in time. We got the jump with the cleanse. We got the Hyperion, excuse me, coming out, but lots of roots. Punisher root landing on 3 people, 2 defensive buildings, and so they just lose a cannon tower for it. 16s online for both teams now. We again see the Decrepify and a lot of sights coming out of Zool. So if Kime has a favorite build, he has revealed it to us. So Spooky Ghost zooming down to this bottom camp. Arrogant Nephalem content with their right spear thrower camp. They are staying a little more close knit right now. They do have a structure advantage in the mid lane and even in both of the top and bottom lanes. Spooky Ghost takes the camp, runs away. They're running up to clear the lanes and likely take their top shaman camp. And this is going to be a fairly close race to 20, but both teams have been content to take a camp and just have the other team free clear it. Arrogant Nephalem setting up in this bottom lane. I really like this positioning by Sigatai, waiting to see if someone will come through aggro. Maybe he's seen the Sonya, maybe he hasn't. Bottom keep wall is now gone. Spooky Ghost playing safe, very smart. So the vision provided by Sigatai meant that Arrogant Nephalem could continue to push in, and if there was something happening, he could potentially boop him away or call his team to sandwich whoever was coming through there. So they get some siege, they back off. A Spooky Ghost with a little bit of an advantage coming in to get that level 20, but with this big wave top, Kime just says, I like experience, how about you? It's all his. He didn't clear the shaman, so that will actually keep that wave pushed in. Spooky Ghost picks up a little bit more on mid, but not enough to really get in and dive that fort. Man, this experience is so close. Spooky Ghost taking the camp, securing level 19 for them, and pushing out again. Camp gets cleared for free. That's one thing that has surprised me here is I don't feel like we've had a lot of times where we have pushed with a camp. A camp has just been extra minions in a lane. Both teams setting up for this. I think that Arrogant Nephalem wants this fight to happen right away. Oh, the Curse Bullet going into Eric. Diablo slamming ETC into the wall. The APAC coming out. The Gust, the one-man mosh. The stay a while and listen, still having people sleep. Rogoth solo. You have Dak getting chased off by Eric with a K, goes down. Diablo goes down as well. Did not have the souls for a full reset there, and we are still 4v4, but there's no tank on the side of Spooky Ghosts here. So Eric with a K, sieging a little bit. This camp, which has been those extra minions in lane being ignored, is getting keep top. So with a 11, now 13 Shrine Monkey lead, and a keep going down, I think that Arrogant Nephalem is just fine with this. Oh, Durance of Hate with the Mimic. ETC took Storm Shield. Down goes Rhaegar, who also took Storm Shield. Sonya trying to get out. She goes down. This could be the beginning of the end. Oh, Boundrix getting so close to capturing that ETC kill. He's coming back. He dodged the scroll, but so Diablo is now spending his time clearing. The camp and the catapults had almost gone through the core shields, and here we are. It was 30 to 40 on the skeletal defenders, but at this point, this arcane defender is doing 400 damage versus structures, and he's gonna still be able to spit everything out. So, oh, and trying to clear that, I got all the camera settings thrown it off. Trabe flies in, joining his team. We do have that top lane pressure. We've got the camp pushing in mid and the structure advantage there, so we're building up catapults. This is looking kind of dicey for our friends of Spooky Ghost. Hyperion comes out, John Cena jumps in, the APOC, the disengage with the wind tunnel, but I think that there's just too much damage, 50% on the core. The stay a while, the poison nova, 26%, but at this point you could kill all 5 members of Arrogant Nephalem, and John Cena is gonna finish this. So congratulations to Arrogant Nephalem taking the 2-0 victory here. Good job. Oh,
Very well played.
I never updated my scores because I'm bad, but it shows there now. All right, I'm going to reach out to somebody for an interview here. A lot of people with T's in their name. All right. Yeah, John Cena finishing it off. I'm going to all right, and talents. Charge oriented Diablo, Lightning Nova oriented Mephisto, Electric Shield or Lightning Shield, excuse me, for Rhaegar. Sonya with lots of spin to win and the no escape, personal favorite on 13 right there. All right, Trabe says he's gonna jump me in an alley. So, all right, I'm going over to Nexus Gaming Series. Os, if you will join me in lobby 1 over there. All right. Okay, we are joined here by Trabe of the victorious Arrogant Nephalem. Can everybody hear me first off? Because I don't hear anybody.
I can hear you. Yep. It's coming
Wonderful!
loud and clear.
So, dominant performance in both games. We're going to leave the stat screen up because I don't know how to use my scenes well enough. So, how did you feel coming into this series? You're showing third on the rankings. This now bumps you up to a second place with points. What was the mindset for the team? How were you feeling? What'd you do to prepare?
So Spooky Ghost is a team that I believe we played back in season 7 and maybe a time or two before that. They're a good team. We've had some pretty close matches with them before, so we knew kind of what they're about, and we knew it was not going to be a very easy match, especially because we have a pretty decent amount of overlap in our hero pool. A lot of Mephisto, Raynor, Greymane, Johanna. In some previous matches, it's sort of been we play totally different comps than the other team, so we feel like we can probably come in and get the heroes we want. This time we knew everything was going to be contested, and we were going to have to to flex around a little bit more. So I at least was a little bit anxious coming in. I can't speak for the team, but we knew we were going to get thrown off our game a little bit.
Yeah, it's we don't see a lot of Mephisto down in Division C since your rise back to Division B, defeating all of us in the lower levels. So to see it banned from you, taken by the other team, is a bit of a surprise there. So at least for us, but we know that you're scary and somewhat of a bully with the guy.
They going in, I was sort of thinking Mephisto's probably going to get banned, and then probably a Maiev or a Rainer or something to kill it in place. But we definitely had some plans drawn up for just such an occasion. I've been making sure to try to make sure I have at least a couple heroes that I can play besides Mephisto to make sure I'm ready if things come up. So
I was still surprised to see that they gave you your old main of Kael'thas back. So that was always something very powerful to watch you play. And you had one around the mid altar that I don't know what you put on fire, but it made its way back to Sylvanas, and she blew up in her side bush trying to run away, and just yikes. Like, KT has no limits on his range.
I remember that because it was either 5v4 or we were tapping or something. We're like, all right, back out. They got us. We're gonna give this one, and then just the little kill feed pops up. Oh, whoops! I guess I killed somebody. All right, go back in. Everybody go. We're taking this fight again.
Yeah, no,
the scary guy.
The things that I saw, the only times you lost core health was when there was multiple altars up and you just flat traded. Other than that, you guys just took every altar, bullied around. It was your game the whole time.
This season we've been making an effort to focus a little more on our team fights. We've always had pretty good macro play, but our team fighting has been a little scattershot at times. And I think a lot of these pretty close games can be sort of the reason that we've been able to grab the win is because we've been focusing on that and target calling and trying to make sure our positioning is a little bit better. So it's always nice to see that pay some dividends.
Nice. Well, I think that you controlled things very well in both games. Is there anything that you would point to as kind of a highlight moment for you guys? Somebody going above and beyond and just absolutely stellar play? Anything that you saw there that you would qualify?
I'm pretty sure on at least 2 occasions, I attempted to cast Pyroblast on a low target and then got interrupted or accidentally self-canceled. And then Sega just dove into their team to secure the kill that the Pyroblast was no longer going to do. So credits to Sega Tai for not making any assumptions about where fire may go in the future and making sure to keep the fights under control there.
Now, Migs may have said that they felt that your Pyroblasts were unintentional cancellations.
All I know is that I pressed R 7 times, and I used Pyroblast 1 time, and it was on a full health Malfurion in the middle of his ult. So, some feedback that I can take there, probably some areas of improvement to target going into next quarter, maybe. Learn how to use the ult on the hero that I play a lot. Good place to start.
Maybe. So, well, I'm also asked to request from you an answer to the following question, and that is, when is your team going to get jerseys?
This is a question I seem to get a lot these days, and by these days I mean the past year and a half of my life.
It sounds like Migs really wants a jersey, so there's that.
I think I have promised jerseys to my team 3 times now,
Ooh,
and they don't have
yikes.
jerseys yet.
Yikes! So you made the promise. That's why you're getting the hate mail.
Yeah, well, it's a motivating. You're like, if we do this, this team's tough.
You won the division last season.
If we beat them, we'll get you guys jerseys, and then we beat them, and then I just hope nobody calls me on that because I don't really know. I like dealing with the shipping doing the design is just such a like if the jerseys were just here magically, then I have no problem with it. But just that work, maybe this season. You hear the guys? If we win Div B West this season, maybe we'll get jerseys. How about that? Is that encouraging? Is everyone
Ooh.
pumped now?
Oh, Sigatai says that you might be hoarding pins as well, and that you're similar to a greedy dragon.
So, okay, so I got the pins, but I don't. If I you can't just send a pin in the mail. That's so sad. So I figure I'll put the pins on the jersey and ship those. And then I just haven't ever gotten around to getting the jerseys. But I
So-
have the pins here, and I haven't lost them.
So, in
So
fairness,
eventually,
you can send just a pin in the mail, and if you wanted to, you could put it in a nice box or with a well thought out note showing concern and care for your team. So, I mean, we're going to shoot that hollow excuse and just call it dead.
oh, I have the jerseys here. I'm working on the note. I really want to put the right thought into the note. I've been spending a couple months on the notes. I just want to get them just right, and then I'll ship everything out immediately.
Perfect, perfect.
You know how it is.
Now, true to form, Kime tried to die the most on your team. He didn't quite pull it off, but he tried to. But the experience lead that he provided for your team in both games kept you in at moments where the enemy team got a couple kills or just catapulted you forward. So, I mean, it seems like he's been trying to die less. Have you noticed that coming from Kime?
He must have been, because both games I was like, all right, I'm a double soak and get these globes. And then Kime tells me, no, stay bot, he has it. And then game 2, I'm like, all right, season marksman, here we go. Get in the minions. And Kime yells at me to stop going mid, he's got it. So he'd better not be dying, because if he dies and I don't get my stacks, then I'm going to be furious. If he's, not top lane doing whatever and dies and feeds, he can do his own thing. I don't really care too much. But if he's taking that responsibility, he'd better deliver. That's what I'll say.
Got it.
He did well this time. That streak better stay in
the
the
team
next
played well. The domination victory was well earned. You had a bottom altar, or not altar, but shrine, where you lost Dak and still won the shrine, being down Greymane from Dakilladin. So you guys played fantastically well. I'm going to let you give your shout outs and get back to celebrating with your team. But thanks for being here. What shout outs would you like to give?
Shout outs to Beast Coast up in Division A East, sort of our sister team, who's I think first or second in the division last time I checked. And all of their games they have a tendency to get a little bit wild with stuff. So I highly recommend watching those if you got a spare moment. And shout outs to the jerseys, the stack of jerseys sitting right next to me that will surely be delivered any day now.
See, I feel like you said you didn't have the jerseys designed, but now you magically had them. So
It was I misspoke is all. What a unfortunate. I definitely have them.
Your
I
team
do
is
all
going to light you
responsibilities.
up.
No, they would never. They're too good of friends. I have faith in them to not do such a thing to me.
Well, Trabe, congratulations once again. Again, go enjoy the victory. Great play. It was a great series to watch and to broadcast. So thanks for being here and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, thank you so much for casting. Always appreciate it.
No worries. Well, everybody out there, I am going to close out the cast now. Next time, perhaps we will know it's a little bit better on how to do the layouts. But a shout out for my mother. She's awesome. Hi, Mom. And a reminder to everybody out there to spay and neuter your pets, as well as vote for additional maps in the NGS map pool. Let's bring in Garden of Terror. Let's bring in Hanamura Temple. Let's have all the fun we can out there. This has been an NGS broadcast with myself, Valkymer, as well as Osprey. my somewhat quiet co-caster, but good friend being here, and we had a lot of fun. Os, any shout outs to end the night with?
Thanks to both teams for an entertaining Spooky Ghosts and Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, very entertaining set. Thanks, everybody. Go check out all the stuff on NGS. Let's see, I shouldn't say it like that. NexusGamingSeries.org. And there's some great stuff there. Lots of great teams. Lots of community to get involved in. Join us in the Discord. Great fun there. Thanks, everybody, and